Hi, I am Sala, and in this video we will discuss the properties of an unstable first-order bioreactor model as well as the closed-loop properties under proportional control. We will divide our presentation in two videos. The first one just making a recap of the modeling issues and analyzing the stability and unstable equilibrium points in both time domain and Laplace domain, transfer function, form, and then a sequel video will discuss proportional control and its properties. So let's go with the first half. The modeling aspects are discussed in more detail in another video of the collection, in which, from a microscopic statistical model, we reached an average macroscopic ordinary differential equation. If we summarize the idea, we argued that the probability of a cell dividing in a very short period of time was proportional to that time interval. We said, for instance, 0.4 dt was the probability of dividing, in the sense that this was valid only for very small time intervals. If dt is 1 microsecond, then the probability of dividing is 4 in a million, and if it's 2 microseconds, it's roughly 8 in a million. Of course, if dt is 10 hours, then 0.4 dt is greater than 1, so that cannot be true. But anyway, we discussed that in the companion video. So if we believe this assertion, then the infinite decimal increment when dt tends to 0 of population was the probability of dividing times the number of cells. Because, okay, if I have 1 or 2 cells, it's just statistics. If I have 1 billion cells, then the only thing I will see in practice is the average behavior. Well, the thing is that with these infinite decimal increments of population and increments of time, we get this free response that had an exponential solution, which had a duplication time when this exponential was equal to 2, and taking logarithms, duplication time was 1.73 time units hours, let's say. Then, under control, if we can feed some biomass or extract some biomass at will by controlling these pumps, and of course seeding the inflow with the given strain of bacteria or whatever, well, the thing is that the manipulated version to compute forced response was this one. So U is the input, the manipulated variable, which will be used to control the biomass population X. The input will be, of course, in number of cells per hour, or, well, billions of cells per hour, something like that. Okay, so let us analyze the properties of this manipulated equation. And of course, it's unstable because the free response grows exponentially, but it has equilibrium points, even if unstable, in the sense that if we set derivatives to 0, then we get 0 equal 0.4 x in equilibrium, let's say, plus u in equilibrium. This is the equilibrium equation that tells me the inflow and biomass population that would keep constant forever if my model were correct and there were no disturbances. That will never happen in practice because of the instability, but okay, dreaming is free, and this will be a basis for later control developments. So this equilibrium equation can be written in two ways. The input to output gain, saying that if U is fixed, the equilibrium biomass would be this one, and then this coefficient that multiplies the input to get the output in the equilibrium equation is called static gain, or also DC gain, because we inherit from some works in frequency transfer function, whatever, of electrical engineers in the early 20th century. But there is another way of expressing the equilibrium equation, which will be this one, just passing 0.4 exec to the other side. Then this, and this are three ways of writing the same, but, well, this thing is the inverse this again, and this representation is somehow more suited for control, in the sense that, okay, if my goal is keeping inside the bioreactor 1 billion cells, then this would tell me the inflow or outflow that I should be able to achieve to get that equilibrium population. And as we see, for instance, the DC gain or the inverse DC gain, they are negative, in the sense that, well, in the control interpretation in here, if I have 1 billion desired target population, then I must extract 0.4 billion cells per hour, so that indeed we balance the natural growth of the bacteria by extracting the exact same amount. So that's the meaning of the equilibrium equation. Of course, this is just an idealized situation, in the sense that that equilibrium is unstable, so if we don't carry out closed-loop control to stabilize it, these equations mean almost nothing. And also, I will need temperature, level, pH, and nutrient concentration in order to keep a steady growth rate of the bacteria. But, well, full-scale bioreactor control could be the subject of a whole course in, let's say, biomedical engineering. But, well, let's start with the most simplified approach to the problem, which is this first order problem, just to get a glimpse on what controlling an unstable system is. So, this is the equilibrium point from the differential equation in three equivalent ways. The equilibrium is unstable, but before getting to control, let us recall that we in control often use the models in Laplace transform expressions, in the sense that if I carry out Laplace transform, that Laplace transform of the derivative will be this thing, multiplying by the Laplace variable s and subtracting the initial condition, and then the right hand side is just a linear expression that gets unchanged. So this is the Laplace transform, and then if we solve for my desired output of interest, which in this case is just x, by moving this thing to the left hand side and moving that initial condition to the right hand side, we get this thing, and dividing by s minus 0.4, we get this expression in Laplace transform domain, in which the coefficient that multiplies the input is called transfer function, and this is an initial condition term. Then the poles will be the roots of the denominator of the transfer function, which is of course plus 0.4, so that indeed this expression and this expression are equivalent and tell me that the exponential of plus 0.4t is something very important in the time response. And the DC gain is obtained by final valued theorem by setting the Laplace variable to 0, in the sense that if we neglect the initial condition term, which we cannot because it's unstable and tends to infinity, but if we manage to stabilize and we are able to neglect this stuff, then the equilibrium equation will be this thing, in which I just replaced the Laplace variable times 0, because, if taking a derivative is multiplying by s, making the derivative 0 is sort of letting s be 0. So we get this equilibrium equation in the Laplace domain, and indeed it is exactly coincident with this one, and of course equivalent to all three ways of writing the equilibrium equation. So even if working with state space representation is sort of more popular in multivariable control, well, in this case it was extremely easy. In fact, it was easier than, moving to the Laplace domain. But, in single variable control, by convenience and historical issues, the Laplace domain operations are more popular. But, well, we get the same result, exponential roots of the transfer function denominator and equilibrium points for constant values of everything, just setting the Laplace variable to 0 in the transfer function or setting the derivatives to 0 in the differential equation. And then this is the analysis of the equilibrium and stability of this bioreactor model, both in time domain, differential equation, state equation, and in Laplace domain, transfer function form. But to conclude, what we have done here is still useless in any practical application, because as this equation is unstable, these equilibriums are unstable equilibrium points, and then disturbances and modeling errors do occur in practice, so we would never be able to achieve in practice a constant population by applying this outflow biomass manipulated variable. So we need control, we need stabilization, but for brevity, we will leave that for a second video. So we end the video here now. Thanks for watching.